Right. Now let us move to the further. In the previous class, we already started with syntax of class, importance of class. We come to this, and there we are having classes concept. Classes concept is something like this. This is a more important concept, and we understood what is the importance of a class and the definition of a class. Class does not contain a memory space, whose memory space will be coming when we create object. This part daily you must read and try to be perfect. At the same time, I also started defining the syntax of a class. Defining the syntax of a class. So I said, what will be the syntax of a class, which I said already here? Very easy. So there I said class name, class level data members, method names, and here so here class level data members, method name, instance method name, and a decorator class method, and a class level method, and at the rate static method, constructors, destructor, and what class contains. What class contains. This part I already written it. And we are in the discussion of this part only. I wrote in the last session only the first part only completed. Class name only done. ఈ క్లాస్ అయినా మీరు ఆర్ యూ బిలాంగ్స్ టు ద సేమ్ క్లాస్? మీరు ఏదో వేరే క్లాస్ లాగా వస్తున్నారు క్లాస్కి. ఈ క్లాస్ అయినా వాట్ క్లాస్ ఇట్ ఈస్? పైథాన్ క్లాస్. ఓకే. So now come to the point of it. Class name, class level data members. Next is what? Instance data members. And next is formal parameters and specify the data members. We are entering into this part very soon. Let me complete the class level data members first. At the same time, types of data members also written it. I was written instance data members concept. I wrote it, and we did some programming also. Today we are entering into class level data members. We are going to look into that. Students, go to that once to the pie chart and try to observe. So here, let us come out of that. So there we are trying to 9A moves. This is our topic. This is what last class we did. Instance data members example and class name and etc. Let me talk about one more example here. This is called a 2. And this is the first one I said. And I assigned the data and I printed the data, accessing the data with respect to object name. And here I wrote it in another way, underscore, dick also I mentioned it. This is also one more way I wrote it. Students, now I want to go for this is a data we wrote it. If you run this code, it is giving you fixed data all the times. It is giving you fixed data all the times. If you run this code n number of times, same answer only will be coming. Run this code again now, same answer will be coming all the times. If I want to go for any dynamism, you go for this code, you run it, previous program, same output will be coming. So if I want to get dynamism, what should I do? I will go for reading the data. How do you read the data? Simply go to this place. Here I am writing instance data member example 3.py, 3.py. So I'll carry this entire part. Try to follow me. There I'm writing it 3.py. So there I would like to ID and all those things you are aware of it. Now I'm going to take it. Accept. Place the instance data members in S1 by reading values from by reading values from where? Keyboard. So there I'm writing students int of input of enter first student, enter first student number, enter first student number, enter first student number. Now I'm going to take it input of enter first student name. Next I'm going to take it enter first student name. I'm going to take it enter first student name. I'll go for entering second student name. I will write it float of. Here I am writing enter first student what? Marks. I'm going to take it marks. Okay. Here SNO, here SNO, name, marks are called what? Instance data members. Place again, same instance data members by reading the data from where? Keyboard. By reading the data from keyboard. Similar manner, student, I will take it here also. Here also, enter second student number, enter second student name, enter second student name. Here I am writing it. Second student name. Next is called what you know? Second student marks. Second student marks. Got it. Done. Now I'm printing as usual. First student data, second student data, we are reading it and getting this type of answer. So here we are going to, after printing that, after reading that, now you need to go for what? Display the content of what? S1. Display the content of what? S2. What you read dynamically, I'm going to display dynamically. Let us run this code, students. Now see that enter first student number 100. Next is called what you know? The row sum here. So say something like 45.67. Enter the second student number like this. COURESE. You say the marks is called 56.78. So I'm getting my data dynamically. I'm getting my data dynamically. So same another way also. So try to run it. One here, KVR here, and say some 11.11 here, two here, something like Uday. I'm writing here. Say something like 5.6. It's getting the data like this. So dynamically reading, dynamically displaying. This is comes under reading dynamically. Now, as I said to you students already, S1 data is a specific. S1 data is a specific. S2 data is specific, right? S3 data is specific. That's why they are called what? Number, name are called what? Instance. Specific data is called what? Instance data members. Modubavulu palakandi. Girls only speaking. What they are called? Speak out. Only one girl is speaking. Try to speak out you also. So only one way to improve your subject is by speaking. Where do you can speak? In the home you will speak up? Hmm? No, just you answer me. Will you speak in the home? No. Will you speak on the road? Will you speak with your friends? No. Then where you speak then? Directly speaking in interview, what will happen? It will bounce because your international English will come. What is the only way to improve your subject? Talking to the faculty. That is a golden opportunity actually. And no sir will provide this interaction. You're seeing many classes, right? So try to utilize that session. So these are all called what? Number, name, marks, number, name, marks, number, name, marks are called specific. They are all called what? Instance data members. Today, I want to provide common value for all these objects. Common value for all these objects. That is called class level data member. That class level data member is called what? CRS. And assume that all these people are learning what course? Same course. What happens if I write those kind of thing here? Course. If I write again and again, is it not taking unnecessarily more memory space or not? How can I reduce that? The one and only one solution is what? Take the class level data member. So how to take the class level data member? Now I'm going to introduce. Go to the concept window. Here I'm writing instance data members are those whose memory space is created every time when an object is created. Class level data members are those whose memory space is created, whose memory space is created only once, whose memory space is created only once, only once. I will write it only once, irrespective of, irrespective of, hmm, what I said, irrespective of, irrespective of number of objects are created, irrespective of number of objects are created with respect to, with respect to what class, corresponding class. If I am creating student class object is 20 times, but whose memory space will create how many times, one time only. That is the best way to go for deciding what is the class level data member and instance data member. And I already said to you a criteria for you how to decide class level data member and instance data member. Okay, students, class level data members are used for, instance data members are used for storing specific values. But here I am going to write it. Class level data members are used for storing what? Common values. Class level data members are used for storing common values. Common values. So I'm writing common values for all the objects of, for all the objects of what? Same class. Whatever it might be the class. Customer objects in the bank, you take it. B name is a common, right? And employee object, you take it. Organization is going to be the same. You take Indians. Country name is going to be common for everybody. So country name is called class level data member. Students in our class, you take it. Course name is common for all of them. So that is called class level data member. Okay. Programmatically, class level data members can be specified in how many ways? See students, programmatically, class level data members can be specified. Programmatically, class level data members can be specified in three places. In three places. Number one, inside the class definition, inside the class definition, inside the class definition. Next is called what you know, students? Inside of class level method, inside of class level method, and inside of what, in main program I can write it, in main program I can write it, in main program. Let me show all the three ways for you students. Now I'm going for class level data members. Online students, careful. Now I'm going for class level data member, class level data member, class level data member, example1.py. So here I'm going to take a program for, program for demonstrating, program for demonstrating the need of class level data members, class level data members. Okay, now I'm taking class name called student, student. If you remember students, here syntax you go for it once. Class name, inside itself what is written, class level data member. So I'm writing, here I'm writing CRS is equal to Python, CRS is equal to Python. One more I will write it, city is equal to Hyderabad. Assume that all of them belongs to this place, assume that. Here here what I'm trying to write is commenting line. Here I'm writing, here CRS and what, city are called, are called class level data members, class level data members. Okay, now I'm going to talk about it. Okay, leave it. But when I run my code, it is going to give you nothing. It is not going to give anything because the class cannot do anything whose object can be creating something. And right now, how do you call this? Because these are not related to object level. These are related to what? Global for all the objects. Class level data members are nothing but global data members for all objects of same class. That is the main important point. So what I do is, I will go to the main program students. In the main program, I want to access this. What is this now? Student course. Student course. Student course. First of all, you create once you create. See that student data, student data, student data is equal to what is required? Supposed to write object name dot what? Object name dot underscore dictive. Just check చేస్తాను ఇప్పుడు చూడండి. S is equal to student of. Now I am writing student content is equal to student content is equal to S dot underscore dictive. No values will be printed. That is nothing but empty only printed. That means class level data members are not part of object. Are you getting me? Class level data members are not part of object. Understood? Huh? Then you see how to access the access. This indicates class level data members. Class level data members are not available with a object because they are called global to all the objects. How to access? Come on, access the values of which level data members? Class level data members. Class level data members. How do you print it? Student student course. Student course is equal to comma. What I will write it? Student dot class name dot CRS. You need to write it. CRS. You need to write it. All the class level data members must be accessed with respect to what? Class name. Accessing the values of class level data members. Next is called what? Student living city. Student city. I'm writing something like this. City is equal to what? Here I'm writing city. Try to print this data now. See students, are we getting Python and then object or not? So if you are seriously looking, if you are looking for it seriously, I said what to you students? I said what to you? How you can access that? Seriously speaking, all the instance data members must be accessed with respect to what? Object name. All the class level data members must be accessed with respect to what? Class name. Class name. And I said already, this data members are common for all the objects or not? So that you can access with respect to object also. They are common for all the objects. They are common for all the objects. So every object is having a right to access that. So how do you access now? I will write it. Accessing through what? Another way of writing it. So I will write it now what? Yes or dot. Yes or dot. Next is called what? Yes or dot. No more confusions. Actually, I don't want to tell you this. Why student will get confused? Instance data members are available only inside object. So you are accessing object name dot. You cannot write object name dot what? Object name dot what? Class name dot instance data member. You cannot write it because they are not available at a class level. You have to write with respect to. But class level data members are common for what? All the objects. So you can access them with respect to what? Object name. Object name. CM. CM of the state. CM of the state. That is CM for what? Every citizen object also CM. Your object dot CM, you will print the same name. Another object dot CM will print the same name. So you can write it. Yes dot CRS, yes dot city will give you the same answer even. Are you following me? And see beginning, what is that? Empty. Not available with object, but they are going to be available with class level data members are going to be common for all objects. That's why I'm calling with respect to object also. Are you following me? With respect to class, you can call. With respect to object also, you can call. So I think online students, it is more clear. Is it clear about this concept? Second example, I'm telling. One more thing I'm going to tell. Go to the place. New I'm going to say. Here I'm going to take up 2.py. 2.py. Try to answer it. Carry this example. Now I'm going to take up class level data member example 2. Go to our concept window. Programmatically, class level data members accessed with respect to what? Come on. Class level data members specified in 3 places. One is what? And next is what? Inside the class level method that you keep it aside. Where I'm writing inside of main program also you can write it. Here I'm writing Go to this place. Now just to try to remove this, and this is my class. And don't write this inside of the class. Now I'm writing simply class pass. Now I'm simply writing like this. Where I'm writing? Inside of where? Main program. How you need to write it? With respect to your class name dot CRS, you mention it, and next is called what, student dot what city, also you mention it. That is known as what? Class level data members only. Still they are called class level data members only. So defining what I'm defining the class level data members, class level data members, class level data members inside of what? Main program. Inside of main program I am writing. So there I am trying to write it. Now I need to print this data. How do you go for printing this data? Same to same. You can create an object. You can create an object to check it out once. Here I am writing. Execute this part. What is happening? It is going to be nothing. It is going to be a nothing. So how do you access this data? Go to this place. Accessing. Class level data members not available with object. Access that. With respect to both of them, you write it. You can happily access it. So trying to write it. So you are writing s.crs, c.crs, s.city. Try to see that we are getting the output. Are you following me? So this is the called second way to define my object data members inside the main program. Now I will go to this place. How you are accessing the instance data members? Like this you are accessing. But now you go for it. Class level data members, class level data members, class level data members must be accessed with respect to what name? Class name, or what also? Object name. And one more is also there. CLS also you can use, student. But how to use CLS I will tell you right now, don't worry. Here I am writing class name. Here I am writing class name. And what I will write it here? Class level data members. Class level data members. I'm writing class level data member name. And here I will write it. One more also I can write it. CLS I can write it. Right now, don't worry. I will take up that class level CLS I will take it. Class level data member name to be used inside of which method? Class level method. Class level method only. Method name. I will write it one more here. What I can write it? Object name dot. Object name dot. Here I will write it. Object name dot. Class level method I can write it. Class level method I can write. Class level data member name I can write it. Actually, if you remember the first one, it is enough. But when you go for writing written test and all, they may ask this type of syntaxes also. That time must be careful enough. I think class level data members is clear. Clear up? Right. Online students, this is clear about it. Let me go to the another example, final example here. There is the instance data member example 3, right? Which we read the data, Now I want to go for keeping into or combined together. I want to take up class level, instance data members, example.py, example.py. Where I'm going to take up, I will take up this entire thing. Nothing is difficult. Class level data member example 3.py. Where I'm trying to write it. This part you take out. Here I am trying to write it. Here I will write it. So look into that. Storing number, name, marks by using name, marks, and what? Course, and city. Course and city. And city. City. For all students. By using classes and object. So by studying the given problem, one can understand that number, name, marks may be differing from one student to another student. But course and city for all the students, we are assuming that it is same. So how do you go for it? Inside the class. So what do you do now? CRS is equal to what? Python here. And next is called what you know, city is equal to HYD. I am going to write it. So here, as I said to you already, CRS and city are called class level data members. Class level data members. Class level data members. Data members. So try to carry this. Now I need to access this. I am accessing only number and a name for what? Particular level of data. And I need not to access this because it's a common data for all of them. We don't accept it. When the customer is going to the bank, customer number and name and then balance and then address, Aadhaar card number, PIN number, that is called PAN number, everything will be accessed, but they don't access bank name, they don't accept. City name they don't accept because by being that city is going to be a constant value. Bank name is also constant value. They don't accept it. That are called class level data members. So here I will print it. I will print here. How do you print it? Backslash T. I am writing here student course. Student course is equal to comma. I will write it as what you know, or if you want, you can write it. Dot the format of I will write it student dot CRS. Similarly, I will write it. So here I am writing student living city. Student living city is equal to living city is equal to student dot what now? City I will write it. So here also same to same. Here also I will mention it writing like this. So here see student dot CRS, student dot city, everywhere else same thing I am writing. Execute it, execute it, try to run it, unread. So Guido Van Rossum, Guido Van Rossum, say something like 44.55. Next is called 200. Travis, like this. I say 66.66. Now I'm getting the total data what you have entered. And a student course and city is going to be same. Student course and city is also going to be same. So I think that this more clear about what class level data members and instance data members is clear. So I will go for even you can write the same thing by using what you can write it. Object also you can write it. If at all you are interested, you can write here as what S1, S2, anything you can write it. No problem. Here I can write it S2 also, no problem. You can execute it. Say something like 1, ABC, some 3.4, and then 3, and some PQR, and then say 4.5, and see that it is also printed with object name also we printed. But I always says to you, all class level data members try to access with respect to what? Class name. Instance data members with object name, class level data members with class name. This is about class level data members and instance data members. I hope that it is more clear about. We concluded data members are of two types. Instance data members for storing particular data. Common values are for what? Class level data members. Now I want to go for methods I am going to introduce. So methods means what? Functions only. What is the definition of function? Hmm? It is a part of program. Hmm? Come on. Then I in the definition. When I ask definition, definition. Purpose means purpose. Tell me, somebody spits. You're saying something. Yes. That is called a purpose. Beginning you said correct answer only. Beginning you said correct answer only. I hope I heard from that place only. So you did not say? Okay, sit down. Subprogram of main program is called function. Already said. A part of main program is called function. Subprogram of main program is called function. So, మొదబవులు Where you said that, sir? Go to 9 functions. Under that functions, under that functions in Python, here I wrote it. Definition of function. Subprogram of main program is called function. A part of main program is called what? Function. This part already done. Purpose of functions is to perform an operation and provides code reusability. Purpose is different from definition. Parts are different. Phases are different. The same to same concept will be coming even in today also. Same thing will be coming even in today also. So functions in whoops is called what? Method. If you are in India, you are an Indian. If you go to the same person, go to some US, you are something. If you go to Australia, you are something. But same person remains same or not. So the existence is something different. So look at that. I'm going to take about methods importance. I'm going to take up. So let us enter into the methods now. So first I will go for methods are of available three types. Instance method, class level method, static method. Take an example. Take an example. In university, some lakhs of students will write exams. Academic exams, some lakhs of students will write it. Lakhs of students will write some academic exams. Some lakhs of students will write. The different students will get different marks. Different students will get different marks. So each student in the university is called one object. Different people will get different varieties of marks. What I need to calculate? Total marks I need to calculate or not? Calculating total marks is called what? Operation. Who will do the operation? Function or method. If it is a functional programming, I will use what? Function. If it is an object oriented, we use method. So on the object called S1, on the object called S2, on the object called S3, like on the object L1, L1 dot function name append, L1 dot insert, L1 dot copy, L1 dot sort, L1 dot reverse, L1 dot extend, object name dot function name, object name dot function name. That was called what? Object orientation rules only you used in the beginning day only. Today also. S1 dot what? Calculate total. It will calculate the total of this object only. This total is different from other object total. S2 total is different from S3 total. S3 total is different from S1 and S2. So totals are different from one student to another student. That is known as what? Specific total calculation we can call. Specific total calculation. So who will do the specific total calculation? One method that is known as instance method. Instance means particular. Instance data members are called particular on that object only that available from today. If we want to do any operation on the object type, if you want to do any type of operation on the object S2, if you want to do any operation on object S3, we need to go for using which method? Instance method. So instance methods are used for performing specific operation on the object only. Instance means particular. Instance data members, particular. Take one more example. Insurance you take it, LIC of India, or insurance example of any company. There lots of customer object. He has invested some amount in the insurance company. C3, C4, C5, etc. So C1 invested some amount of quarterly amount for 15 years. C4, C2 has invested some amount for 20 years half yearly. C4 has invested some amount by every month for 25 years. C5 has invested some amount 3 months once and for 10 years. This is known as what? Their time period is over. Their maturity period is over. They need to get the total amount back or not. I need to calculate the maturity amount of every customer. So calculating the maturity amount of every customer is called what? Instance method. I'm calculating on particular object. It is known as what instance method can do. I think you are following. So instance methods are meant for performing what operation? specific operation on object only. So far, if you will take our list now, L1 is equal to the value called 10, 20, 30, 10, 20, 30. Now I'm going to write it L1 dot copy of, L1 dot copy of. I'm going to keep it into L2. What is this L2 is going to contain? What is this L2 is going to contain? 10, 20, 30. That is going to be available in where? L2. L2 is going to contain the same data. You observe it. Object name dot function name. So list is called what? Class. In the list, there is a function called a copy, and we are calling with respect to that object. This is known as instance methods must be always accessed with respect to what name? Object name. Object name. So similarly to that, instance methods are meant for performing some specific operation on the object. Every instance method is supposed to access with respect to object name. So why they are object name? Because we are performing with respect to what name? Object name only we are performing. So Madhubabalu, I think you are following or not, I don't know. I will show you and I will move to the further help of what? List. చూడండి list. List is called what? Class. చూడండి అన్ని మొత్తం these are all called methods. Methods. So see here methods. What is available inside? Append is a method. Clear is a method. Copy is a method. Returns a shallow copy of the list. అన్ని చెప్పాను ఇవన్నీ. Count, extend. These are all called what? Instance methods. How you are accessing with respect to object. How do you create an object? L1 is equal to list of L1 dot what? Append of value you pass it. L1 dot append of value you pass it. Append is a function defined in where? List class. That is reflected to what? Object. Performing the operation on what? Object level only. So instance methods, these are all called. All the methods in Python, 99% of the methods are called what? Instance method. Take the word called self. Whichever functions are taking self, they are called instance methods only. I am opening the library and I am showing here. I am opening the library, I am trying to show. So here, coming to the instance methods, I am going to take up. So types of methods I am going to introduce in the class. So let's start with types of methods. Here, types of methods in class of Python. So there I'm going to start with. So what is the method purpose? To perform an operation. In a class of Python, we can define three types of methods. They are number one is called what? Instance method. Second one is class level method. Next is called a static method. So I'm going to take about what? Instance method. So instance method importance I already said. If a student is doing the operation by yourself, you are an instance. If a SAR is doing the operation for you, which is a common for all the students, that is a class level method. If a student is doing any operation by yourself, it is a personal for you. If a teacher is doing any operation for all the students, that is a common for all the students of the same class. If a Guido van Rossum is doing, it is for every student and every faculty of Python people. This is called a universal operation. This is called a common operation. This is called a specific operation. In a simple word, you can say. If you do any operation by yourself in your own family, that is called what? Instance. If an MLA or MP is doing the operation for that particular constituency, it is called a common. If the CM or PM are doing the operation for all the state people, that is called what? Universal. There is a general awareness. So if I do the operation only on object, it is called instance. If a method is doing the operation, common operation for all the objects of same class, it is called class level operation. Example, the insurance company is giving 2% bonus for all LIC customers. 2% bonus for all the LIC customers. LIC customers are what? Objects of LIC class. 2% bonus means it is a common for everybody. It is called what? Class level. Instance, for a particular customer, maturity amount I am calculating. That is called particular to that object only. That is called instance. So irrespective of their particular data, common data is provided for all the objects of same organization. That is called what? Class level. RBI is directing to all insurance companies, you need to do like this, like this, like this, they are saying. It is called what? Universal operation called static. I can say only instance method. 99% you will come across instance method, but somewhere else or the other you will get the word called what? Static method. That's why that also I'm going to mention here. Come on. Instance methods are those. Now I'm trying to write instance methods are those. Instance methods are those which are used for which are used for performing which are used for performing what operations? Specific operations specific operations specific operations on what? Object. On every object and hence instance methods are called object level methods. Object level methods. In simple word, in simple word, a object contains what? Instance data members. On instance data members, some operation will be carried out by which method? Instance method. How do you call instance method? Instance methods must be accessed. Instance methods, instance methods must be accessed with respect to what name? Object name. Why object name? We are performing operations on object only. Object name, or you can say what? Self only, but not with respect to class name. What is the syntax here? Object name dot what? Instance method name. Instance method name. I will write it, or I can say self dot which method? Instance method name. Instance method name I am going to write it. So I think you are trying to follow. At the same time, instance methods can also be used for performing, used for mentioning instance data members also you can specify. You see the syntax once. Syntax I will talk about after a few minutes. Just observe it. You see instance method that you leave it. Specific performs a specific operation. We can also mention what? Instance data members also you can specify. Through instance method, through instance method, through instance methods, we can also specify through instance methods, we can specify, we can specify which data members? Instance data members. Instance data members. That part you remember it. And one more point I want to say. Here I am writing every instance method, every instance method. This is syntactically I am going to say every instance method definition, every instance method definition, every instance method definition must take self as a I will explain what is a self within 1 minute. Self as a first positional parameter. First positional parameter. First positional parameter. Positional formal parameter. Formal parameter. Okay. Syntax I will write it, students. Syntax I will write it. What is the syntax I am writing here? Syntax is here, if you remember, where I will write it. DEF instance method name of self comma in list of formal parameters. List of formal params, if any. I will write it over there. Block of statements I can write it. Inside the block of statements I can mention two things. One is called what? Specify the instance data members. That is one thing you are mentioning. Second one is called what? Performs specific operations. Performs specific operations. I can also mention here performs specific operations here. Perform specific operations here. This is about the instance method here and the points I set. And of course, I already mentioned it. No need to write here because I already here. Let us go to the example now. Go to this paint once I will take up so that you can understand the complete meaning of why this instance method is required, why self is required. Take an example. I created two objects. S1 is equal to student of. Next, I will take it. S2 is equal to S2 is equal to, or I can take this another side. I will take it. S2 is equal to, I will write it here. S2 is equal to, like this, I mentioned it. Two objects are created. So here I am writing S1 here. This is S1 here. This is the data called S1. So here I am writing S1. S1. Now I am going to take it. One more object I will create here. S2. This is called S2. So there I am trying to write it S2 here. So that S2 is available like this. And each object will contain what? Some address will be there. You know already that address. And like this. Now I'll go to one more type of object. I will take it. Here also there is something like 555 I said. Now I want to read the data for S1. First of all, what is the need of going for method? You observe it. Go to the place, class level and instance data member example 1. Here in this case, you see two objects are created. I am reading the data for first object. How many lines I wrote it? 3 lines. How many objects? Again, I am reading the data for second object also. How many lines I wrote it? 3 more lines. So for two objects to read the first line, 3 lines, I am writing 3 lines. For second object to read, again I wrote 3 lines. If I have in general to read the data for one object, I am writing 3 lines. Two objects I written, 3 lines for first object, 3 lines for second object, totally 6 lines. Suppose if I have 100 objects, how many lines of code I need to write? 100 into 100 into ఏం రాదా మీకు అసలు 300 lines of code I will write it. రాశాను కదా ఇక్కడ 2 objects, 3 lines, 3 lines, 6 lines. 100 objects means what? 100 into 3 lines. It is called what? 300 lines. So is it not redundancy of the code is more? How the redundancy of the code is eliminated? How the redundancy of the code is eliminated? లేదు ఎప్పుడన్నా బుక్ ముట్టుకుంటే కదా మీరు మొత్తం ఇంటర్నేషనల్ బ్యాచ్ అంతా అడ్వాంటేజెస్ 5 I said. The redundancy of the code is minimized by the concept of what? Functions. చూడండి అక్కడ ఒకసారి advantages of functions. Application development time is less. Need not to write 300 lines of code. Space is less. Execution is fast. Performance is improved. Total redundancy is minimized. So I will go for defining method today. I don't want to write again and again this many lines of code. I don't want to write this many lines of code. I don't want to write. Here you see this I don't want to write here. I don't want to write 3 lines of code here. I don't want to write like this. I don't want to write this many number of lines of code. For which object? For which object? S1. I don't want to write the same thing for what? S2. I don't want to write. How many times I will write it? One time. One time only I will write it. But one time is called a method. Are you following? So how do you write it? Inside the class. If you follow me, inside the class, I am writing the beautiful definition here. Class called what? Student. Inside the class. Why inside the class I am writing? What are all the things you are writing inside the class that are reflecting to what? Corresponding object. Where I mentioned it, మీరు చదువుకొని వస్తే గినా ఇక్కడ ఉంటుంది. A class is a collection of data members and methods. Whatever the details, whatever the data members and methods are available in the class, which are appearing as it is a part of object with a memory space. Everything is there in the notes. So that you need to write it inside the class. I'm writing DE of read STUD data. Read STUD data. Read STUD data. There I'm going to write it close. I'm just writing pass. I just write pass. Hold on. I will talk about that. Hold on. Now I will go forward reading the data. I don't want to write S1 dot, S2 dot like that. S1 dot like L1 dot append, L1 dot read, L1 dot copy like that. S1 dot read STUD data. Read STUD data. Read STUD data. When you say read STUD data, here also I will say what? Read STUD data. This is also called STUD data. Sorry. Here I will write it S2. S2 I am writing here. S2 I am writing here. STUD data. What happens when you write read STUD data? Careful. When PVM comes to this place, it will first look into read student data is accessed with respect to what? S1. What is S1? Immediately PVM will question. PVM is an object of which class? Student class. It goes to which class? Student class. Look for which method? Read student data. So this block of statements I'm planning to write now, which will read the data for which object? S1. S1. So చూడకండి. Try to understand. S2 dot read student data. Read student data method called with respect to S2. S2 is an object of student. PVM control comes to student, read student data. So I'm going to read the data. So S1 dot reading time also coming to student. S2 dot read time also coming to student only. Then how PVM knows that to which object it is reading? Same method I am using to read the data for S1, same method I am using to read the data for S2. How PVM knows? PVM will read the data for S1 and S2 based on its address. Based on its address. So based on the address only PVM come to know that S1 address is different from S2 address. So coming to the point of it, here I am writing when you say S1 dot read student data, PVM is taking the process like that, called with respect to S1. S1 is an object of student, PVM coming to student class, looking for read student data. At the time of coming to read student data, it will carry the ID of what? S1. It will carry the ID of S1. That ID will be put it into as a first positional parameter here. That first positional parameter is called self. 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 So self is containing what? Muddubavulo. Self is containing what? Address of your S1. S1 dot read student data. Again and again, I don't want to say. Again, I'm repeating. Read student data called with respect to S1. S1 is my current object. S1 is an object of student. So PVM comes to student class. Looking for read student data. Yes, inside we are doing some operation. For which object? S1. How PVM knows that it is for S1 only? While it is coming to student class and read student data, it will carry the address of S1. That address of S1 we are holding in where? Self. So what is self? Self is one of the implicit object used as a first positional parameter inside the instance method. First point ade. In simple word, whichever method in the class takes a self, it is an instance method basically. Self simply it is an indication. Self is one of the first positional formal parameter inside the instance method. What self will take? Self contains the memory address of the current object. What is my current object? S1. Whose memory address present into S self? S1 contains what? Reference. The reference will be there. Reference means what? ID. That will be present into where? Self. So how you access generally the data here? S1 dot S1 dot, S1 dot. But when you come to here, what you will write? Self dot, you will write it. Self dot is nothing but what? S1 dot only. Are you following me? So everybody will ask, what is self? That time, yourself need to tell about self perfectly. If you don't know about self, yourself, lose by yourself, what is self? Did you understand yourself? What is self? మీకు ఏం అర్థం కాలే first. So self is called what? One of the implicit object used as a first positional parameter inside the instance method. To access it, it is going to contain address or ID or reference of my current object. How do you write it now? Self dot what I will write it now? Self dot SNO is equal to, I will write that statement. Which statement? Int of student int of input of what I will do? Enter student number. Enter student number. I can write it. I can write it. Enter student number. Input of enter student number. Similarly, I will write it next. What is next? Self dot name. Name I can write it. Int of, I will write it here. Int of student name. I am writing name. Next I will write it self dot marks. Self dot marks is equal to, I will write self dot what here? Marks. Float and all you take care. The number you know, and the next name you know, and then marks you know. What is this self indicates? Current object reference. Now, this data will be read and kept into this place in the form of what? Dictionary. In the form of dictionary. Okay, finished. Next, go to where? This one you try to follow. S2 dot read student data flow. Read student data method called with respect to S2. S2 is an object of student. Control comes to student class. Looking for read student data. It is containing self. Self contains address of what? S2. At S2. Self dot. This data will be kept into this place. This indicates reading the data. By writing 3 lines of code, I can write hundreds of objects data I can read. How it knows about only particular object? Based on the self. So self will be used in the corresponding method body only. You cannot access in the other part of the program. That is called what? Formal parameter rule. In the methods only, in the functions only, we learned it. Local variables and formal parameters to be used in the same function body only. We cannot access into other part of the program. I think it is more clear. So go to the place. Now I'm going to write it. So here I'm going to write it. Come to this place. Here I'm writing. Where is it? Go to the place. Here I'm saying instance method example1.py. Instance method example1.py. So there I'm going to write it. Program for reading and displaying the details of students by using classes and objects. So how to do it? The details of students means students are particular students details reading is called instance method. Come on, class called what? Student. Inside of that, what I will write it? Class. Come to main program. Chana simple, very easy once you know coding. S1 is equal to what? Student. Print of what? Content of S1 before reading is equal to what is that? S1 dot underscore dictive. It is an answer. Empty. No data. Now I want to read the data. Come on, read. How do you do? S1 dot read STUD data. It is called what? Calling which method? Instance method. Error. Why error? Take the flow. Read student data method called with respect to S1. S1 is an object of student. PVM goes to student. Looking for the method here. There was no method defined at all. It is going to give you which error? Attribute error. Attribute error. See that. Attribute error. Student object has no attribute called what? Read student data. Now I will write it. Come on. I will remove that. DEF. Read student data. Read student data is a method name which is taking self as a first positional parameter. Self is not a keyword. And I'm writing inside of that for your understanding. Current object, current object reference is equal to what is that? ID of what? Self. ఇక్కడ కూడా రాసుకోండి ఒకసారి for your understanding. Memory address, memory ID of S1, memory ID of S1 in main program is equal to ID of what? S1. Current object reference in which method? Instance method is equal to. Try to run it and see. See this now. Is it going to be beginning empty? ID of S1 in main program same. Current object reference is also same. So self contains what? Current object ID, current object memory address, current object memory reference. That is called self. ఏమేమి బాబు అర్థమవుతుందా? అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు ఆ ఫేస్ పెట్టాలి అట్లా. మీరు ఇంకా బికమోకాలు వేసుకొని కూర్చుంటే కష్టం అవుతుంది. ఆర్ యు ఫాలోయింగ్ మీ? Right. So following this memory address I shown you. You want to go for one more object? You can create one more object. What is this now? S2. S2 you created. S2. This is called S2. It is going to be S2. This is you go for separately this one. Separate it. That is something like this. It is called S2. S2. Try to run. You see that at one point of time, this is the status of my current object. Another point of time, this is called S2. I need to write it. S2, S2, I need to write it. So here, this is an address. This is for first object. This is for second object. At one point of time, what is happening? ID of S2. Yes. Change that. ID of S2. This is the first object related to self and S1. This is a second object related to S2 and its corresponding self. So you cannot write S1 here. You cannot write S1 here. You cannot write S2 here. Who is the common friend of S1 and S2? Self. Did you understand self? Well, students, carefully try to follow. Now I am saying in place of self, I can write my name also, no problem. In place of self, I can write my name also, no problem. I will write here caviar. I will write caviar. Obviously, same to same. How it is working? Read student data. Read student data method called with respect to S1. S1 is an object of student. Control goes to student. Looking for read student data. During when it is going, reference of S1 will be carried and put it into KVR. First positional formal parameter contains the reference of my current object. That object ID I am printing. Execute it. I'm getting this answer. That means there is no need to write a self name as self name only, but PSF people made as internationalization. Internationalization means what? In Bangalore, kilometers only. In West Bengal also kilometers only. Andhra Pradesh, Telangana also kilometers only. They are going for some common system or not. That's why the PSF people also said, don't write your own names specifically. Try to follow the generalization concept. Follow what? Self. Self means what? Self means what? Any method is taking self as a first positional parameter. It is known as instance method. Are you following me? That is the significance of this method, instance method. Now I want to read. Now I want to read. So we got the memory addresses. Now I want to read the data. How do you read the data? Now I will go to the next example. Here only I can do it, but I shown you the reference related part. Let it be not an issue. 2.py, 2.py. There I will try to carry. Carry this now. I'll go to the instance method example 2. There I am saying 2.py. Here I will write it. No need to print the address. Here I am going to write it. Address. This IDs need not to print. Here need not to print. Come on now. Read the data for first student. How do you read the data for first student? Come on, I forget. Self dot SNO is equal to int of, I will write it, enter student number. Enter student number. Earlier I said, earlier I said first student, second student like that. Now, how do you write that type of approach also? We'll come to that. Because programming is so ultimate, you need to take care properly. That will come when you practice previously. Without practicing, programming will not come. That is obvious. Next is called what? Name. Next is called what? Next, marks. Marks is going to come. So here I am going to write it, float or whatever it is. This data through whoops, I can put it into database also. So this is going to called marks. So here it is going to come. So morning, one student came in last Saturday. Last Saturday, no, last Friday. Who is an LLB student? LLB student. LLB student learning Python. First time I am seeing. Even I said in the class to you once. So I asked that day. So why LLB student is coming on? That day only I put a question. LLB means is something different. You know, LLB, how the people are. So even if you do something, they will make you to fear a lot because commercial purpose. Okay, now. So that is today he came again. After 1 week he came. Then he was earlier sitting that side. Now he's sitting in another place because I will remember my students wherever they sit. My network will follow them. So he said. So 1 week absent. I said. Yes sir. He said. Where he went? He's laughing. I said where you went. So he said, sir, you said because he's just keeping because in LLB na LLB extra తెలివితేటలు ఉంటాయి అది తెలివితేటలు అంటారు దాన్ని because Indian laws are always extra తెలివితేటలు only extra intelligence doing wrong directly hang that's all doing wrong directly hang even in our India if they do a lot of mistakes lot of crime also nothing will happen they will come out again even they are killing also they are coming out again that's very wrong. So what the people is done is he has done is, sir, you only said no, sir. Attend all the places, attend my class also, and decide. So yes, he said what? He attended almost all the classes in Hyderabad. That is especially in Amirpet only, all the institutes are there. He attended all the places, all the places. He attended daily 2 to 3 sessions in the entire Amirpet total places, and it takes 1 week to him to attend all of them. Yesterday night he decided to come to the same class again. That's really I am appreciating that guy because LLB student is doing that means I'm really appreciating. So finally I asked, you only said that. Then where do you want to continue? Sir, I want to continue here only. Beginning day, what he said, no, only for knowledge purpose I am learning. Nobody will learn for knowledge purpose nowadays. Knowledge purpose. I want to know about traffic system in Hyderabad. Will I stand on the road and will I observe the traffic? It's all just bluffing the students, people. For knowledge purpose, is it necessary? Some requirement is there. Some relative or some sister son or sister daughter or some relative is working. Maybe equal competitor is working in companies, is getting more salary than this guy. This guy got a pressure that why don't you get the same salary like a relative or somebody else, or neighbor or somebody else. That is only the comparison nowadays. Correct or not, students? That's why he started. He want to learn same thing like. So he took almost 1 week to have a comparison. It's really a good sign. So I asked him, "Did you pay the fees?" Yes, sir, I paid fees. I paid the fees. He said coming. It is a real symbol of his decision. Like that, everybody has to do it. So anyhow, so Venkatesh, every job in future we need AI, 100%. That's what. AI, when I was a student in BE fourth year, we have an elective. That time only AI was there when we were the students. That days, no person is teaching AI, but we took it. Only two members we took it, and everybody made us to fear like anything. Beginning only they said, "You are keeping AI. We don't have any faculty. It is your only headache." They said, "If you fail, we are not responsible." And we thought of it. Okay, no problem, no problem. But Dean also said that he called once and he said, "You are making very dare, and you people are taking AI. We are not responsible. You have good academic percentage. If anything happens, fourth year you are in, we are not responsible." I asked a question, sir, who will correct papers? You are saying that no faculty is there in the entire OU that time. And who will correct our papers? Your papers will go to HCU, Hyderabad Central University. There some people are there that will go. So we also got little doubt about it. So shall we take or not? Anyhow, okay. Still my heart is saying, okay, go forward. So we went forward. And we don't have even papers also. Previous year's papers also not there. Then what to do? Internet is also not there this much. YouTube, XTube, ZTube is not there like this. No tube, no previous year's papers. What to do then? You don't know. Students like a girls and girls don't feel it. We buttified total AI textbook. Most of the we have 8 units, not 4 units like 5 units ఉంటాయి కదా మీకు engineering 5 units, BTech, JNTU 5 units na. We have 8 units. 95% of the syllabus we buttified. Myself buttified like girls only. It doesn't mean that girls will buttify. What I observed is girls will buttify more and more. Correct? Girls correct? No, ma. Okay. But I found in my class girls buttify. I observed it. Reading Python, 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 Python. Like that reading, I observed it. So I buttified total water jug problem, supervised learning, unsupervised learning, total equations also. Then my friend is also is relying on me. He is relying on me because I took it. He also want to take it. So I said him, see, I am also helpless. I don't understand. I buttified somehow something understanding, not something understanding. You take your own decision, but I will take. He said, I will also take. Tell me how to buttify. How to buttify means what to do. One student will have one talent. Correct or not? The way which I buttify, the way I remember is completely different. The way you remember, you may remember more than me. So he also said, I said my whatever I understood, I just said very briefly, and we went to exam. All people are looking at us only, and these people extra intelligence overaction చేస్తున్నారు వీళ్ళిద్దరు. They our people felt that these two people are doing overaction in the class. We will see how they will write it. Everybody's target is on us only. We went. All people has taken other syllabus, other elective, which is a faculty is there. Simulation and modeling. There is another subject. We took this thing, and my number is roll number 12. My friend number is roll number 24. And while keeping the numbers in the college, we went to other college for writing exam. Keeping the numbers, his number when he came forward, keeping the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 like that. His number is supposed to be put somewhere else, but he coming in reverse order. His number is adjacent to me only. So question paper given. Whatever we buttified, everything came. Same, including choice also. I just prayed a God, started. 24 booklet answer sheet is there. Written. 24 booklet as it is buttified thing totally in the stamp quotation. As it is, I dumped in the paper. And my friend is forgetting somewhere else. Now I'm just showing subheadings. Once subheading is shown internally, you can write story. No? Subheading is enough. AI level means subheading is enough. You will write your own story. Slowly, I'm showing the subheadings for major questions. Here written, and out of 80 in AI, I got 74, I think so. 74, I got it. out of 80. Actually, we don't know anything. Still, we don't know. Total thing we don't know because AI is always under innovation only. Nowadays, of course, whatever we butified, some we forget immediately. But these days, when we see programmatically with Python, those days are remembering now. When I open my AI book, as TCD is there in the coding also nowadays. It's really helpful to you once you are learning AI with Python because the total coding is with Python only. The two oops. Today, when I open the textbook, today if I read, everything is understandable. Why? Coding is there, na? That days we don't know coding. These days we know coding. Compared to normal subject, AI we got more marks. I shown to Dean also. Dean called us. First the target is on us only. And my friend got almost 68 or 65, he got it. He got it. And who corrected that papers, I don't know. Whether that person knows AI or not, I don't know. But he put the marks. But we wrote correctly only. And he called it. Later he is really appreciated. Really appreciated. Really very good you are in subject. What subject we are good? We don't know anything. We buttified. I said to him, we said to him, what he is planning next year? If anybody take AI, will you take one session like that? He is talking. And we openly said, sir, we don't know anything. Myself, I don't know. We buttified everything. We wrote it. Is it like that? Huh? Will you remember when you buttify? He is saying, oh, we cannot. We can remember. So it is really one different art only. Correct or not? Understanding and buttifying is one more thing. Without knowing anything, buttifying and remembering is another different art only. So that day we don't know coding, but these days coding plus that implementation is dead easy for you now. That's why don't buttify, understand, and then remember a lot. That is my advice. Naresh. So sometimes we should take their steps, whether it leads to positive or negative. That's what I'm saying. We have to take some steps, and by thinking future, that's what I'm saying. So for doing good things, we can take positive steps only. Correct or not? So, and we have that result is the one. So let us run this code. S2 dot read student. Now I'm going to print this data. How do we print the data now? S1 dot content of what? S1 content of S1 content of S1 content of S1 is equal to how do you write it? S1 dot underscore underscore dict S1 dot students S1 dot underscore underscore dict written content of S2 also content of S2 also S2 dot S2 dot. So here you write it. Here you write it. So 10 RS here and I'm writing 1.2 second student number 30 and TR here something like 3.4. You see the data students here content of S1 content of S2. We read the data dynamically through what method? Is it specific data reading or common data reading? Specific data reading that is done by what method? Instance method. Sir, how do you print the data in a systematically? How do you print this first student number, second student number like that? Observe now. Here I am passing the parameter. What is the parameter I am passing? First, come on, take the flow now. S1 dot. This statement very very important. S1 is an object. Calling this method with respect to S1. S1 is an object of student. Go to student. Looking for read student. S1 address is kept into where? Self. And this is a argument is coming. Argument means definitely I need what? One formal parameter. OBJ info. OBJ info. This is going to hold what? First. So self contains your object address. First is there in where? OBJ info. Here I am writing. Here I am writing like this. Students, you try to follow me. Here I am writing one beautiful line here. Print of enter enter of student enter student information enter student information. Here I am writing it backslash t backslash t backslash t backslash t. Here I am trying to take it Here you see students like this. Now I'm writing here. I'm writing here. Second, I'm going to write it. Now try to print it now. Execute. What is happening? Of course, I need to cancel this. Dot format of what? OBJ info. Try to run the students. Enter first student information 100 KVR and say 1.11.11. Enter the second student information. Observe it. Enter second student information 200. Next is called Naresh. Next, I'm going to write 44.44. Am I getting my data or not? Getting the data like this. I think you are following me. So, students, this is comes under what? This is comes under the concept of what? Read the student data. Read the student data. This is a create two objects. Right? Read the read the read the student objects data, students objects data by using which methods? Instance methods. Instance methods. How do you print this data now? Come on, print. Display, display the object data. Display the objects data by using which methods? Instance methods. How do you display the data, students? Take it as earlier one you take it instance method example 3.py. I written here content of S1. See first object, content of S2, 3 lines, 3 lines, 6 lines. I don't want to go for it. I want to write it what? One time only I want to write it. Come on, where is my method name? Instance method example 2. Instance method example 2. This is the one I want to display the data. How do you display the data? DEF display student data of self. Where I want to write it. Come on. Same thing. I will write what? OBJ info. Now I am going to write it. Here I am writing. Which student data I am writing? Take care. Object info. I am printing. Print of what? Backslash T. Hmm. Student number, colon. I'll write it. Dot format of self dot SNO. Come on, next print of what? Backslash T. Student name, colon. Dot format of what? Self dot what? Name. Self dot name. So I hope it is clear. Next, print of what? Student marks. Student marks. I am writing here marks. Here I will write it student marks. So I am writing like this. So students, take care. Now I am going to take about here ending of it. After printing that, display. How I am accessing display student data. I'll pass it as what? First, come on. S2 dot what next? S2 dot what next? Display student data. Display student data of what here? Second. Second. Now I'm writing. Powerful. Every instance method accessed with respect to what? Object name only. Try to read this now, students. Now I'm going to take up. Now I'm going to take up. So try to run how powerful it is. First student object 100, row sum here and 4.5. Enter second student data 200 there. Travis here and say the value called what something like 6.7. I got my first student information. I got my second student information. Are you following me? You can write hundreds of objects you create. I am creating my own method. Are you following me? Please look at one simple technique I want to say. What is this now? Create an object of what? List. Student, oh sorry. L1 dot append. Are you seeing this now? Append. Append is taking what? Self. What is this self contains? L1 address is there in self. Getting me? Right? Comma. Okay. Append of what I'm passing value, something like this you see. Malla ఒకసారి చెప్తాం. Append of what is this now? Self. Append of. One more time. Append of. Observe mom. L1 data present in self. I'm passing one parameter or not? The parameter is for what? Object. So I will pass this 10. This 10 is assigned to whom? L1 only. Similarly, student, see, S3 is equal to what, student? Student of S3 dot what? Read. Now see, S3 is available in where? Self. Self. The data which I'm going to pass it, first object information, is going to be available in where? Obj info. What you have written inside the class, that is reflecting as it is to what? Object. What is my concept here? What are all the data members and methods are available in the class, which are appearing as it is as a part of object with memory space? That is the point there. So those things are going to perform the operations on that. I hope that it is more clear. So students, this part is understood. This is the one. You got it. Are you following me? Done. So next, another way, if you want to call it, instance method example 3. Instance method example 3. If you want to do it, you can take like this. You see this now? Go to this place. 3.py. 3.py. You can carry this. Instance method example 2. Carry this data. How do you display now? Go to this. Don't display this data here. Don't display this data. Only reading is done. Display the data. How do you display the data? Already you have done it, students. Instance method example, instance data member example 3, instance data member example 2. Already you have done it in the class. This part you carry. I think you are remembering. Nothing is difficult here. Display. Content of S1 object. Are you remembering that? S1 dot dict underscore items. S2 dot keys concept and then applied. Go to that. Enter the data 100. Say something like Naresh. Something like Naresh. And the next say something like 44.44. Enter the snaps 2 and say KVR here. So 11.11 here. Am I getting my object data like this or not? Like this. You need to print it like this. So this is through content or dict object you can print. You can print with normal data also you can do it. So data members, you see students, this way you can do it. Other way you can do it. Once you have very good hairstyle, you can comb any direction. If no hairstyle, no head, no hairstyle, ring road, bypass road only. That's why subject is powerful. You have food every day. Food every day means you can survive at like anything. If no subject, survival problem. Correct or not? How do you have everyday food, good food? Reading. Reading is concerned, need not to go to hills, need not to break the rocks, need not to do anything. Opening the book, use your commitment, you'll become intelligent. Okay now? By birth, no need to be an intelligent. If with your hard working, you'll become intelligent. Correct or not? So do that, you'll get it. So students, I think Naresh, initializing the object from the class, defining the class method, calling the data members using object or class method. That's perfect. So Pragnadeep, okay, that is done. So this is called which method we understood here? Instance method. Class level method, Monday, 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 sharp at 9:15, 9:15 a.m. 9:15 a.m. Okay. Monday, 6 o'clock, some new batch is starting. Any friends are there? Tell them. Like LLB student today, attending all the classes everywhere and finally coming here, landing here. That's really a good sign for us. So you tell them, and he said one more thing. He went to some Kukatpalli, ABHP. One institute is there. For Python, full stack, only Python, 35,000 they said. How many days? 28 days. నేను అడిగాను "ఉంగ 2 రోజులు ఎందుకు తక్కువ అని they did not say sir only 28 days said they said. So finally he decided this is open. This is open because you need to tell to friends because of any Python requirement. If any student suggest our class and move to the further class. Monday we will go for what? Class level method. So Karthik, sir, today Is your new batch starting at 5 p.m. Evening? I see banner from Naresh IT. This is a new batch, sir. It's not a new batch, my dear student. It is just I'm giving the overview about full stack development important for you, not necessary to attend. You not necessary. I gave you on the demo level because some students who are newly attending want to know about what is full stack development of Python. General discussion I'm going to keep it because evening I don't have the classes. That's why I'm keeping some small workshop like you need not attend. Already you crossed that. You are in the subject. That is for newcomers. For newcomers, I took it. Okay, fine. So Eunice, 28 days because holidays for Christmas or New Year. Maybe Eunice, I think so. So Eunice, no need to attend, man. No need to attend. No need to attend that. No need to attend evening session 5 o'clock. No need to attend. T. Srinivaslu. So, sir, thank you for uploading small videos in YouTube channel, which is belongs to you. So that uh, that's that's perfect. Thank you once again, sir. This is uploading small YouTube in YouTube channel, which is belongs to you. But the YouTube channel is not mine. This IT channel it is because I don't want to do business with my subject. No, no, I don't want to do. Naresh IT channel. My YouTube reels are going to come. Like writing a small code in 1 minute. Tricky code. Something like hacks. A very tricky code that is. Really very nice. Very so many videos are there. You try to subscribe that and do that. I don't want to go for my YouTube channel because I don't want to sell out the education. No. I don't want to do business with my education because I have some ethics. I don't want because I'm not an organization. I'm a good teacher. I want to share my content to my students only. Otherwise, it will become like a YouTuber. That I don't want to be a YouTuber. I want to be a teacher. YouTuber, no. Otherwise, I would have been starting data structures every day. Stack, concept, syntax, problem, and C language implementation, C++ implementation, Java implementation, Python implementation with complete coding, board writing, diagram writing. I will get hits like anything. More views will come, but I don't want to do. I don't want to do. It is my research subject. I can do like anything. I need not to come to class also, but I don't want to earn from YouTube. No, I want to come to class. I want to teach. That is my commitment. Otherwise, I would have been starting 10 years back only. So I don't want to do. So that is reels for 1 minute, 2 minutes like that. It's good for you to try to do that. So when you subscribe that Naresh IT channel, you will get it. The whenever I do that reel, there are almost 200, 250 reels I did already. They are uploading weekly once, 10 days once like that. They will upload that video link will come to you to try to do it. So Srinivaslu, anyhow, thank you for appreciating. So go to that. So Uma, Nampai Pandas batch will start ma. Will start. Will be getting it. Steve Srinivaslu, why sir not uploaded loops concept? Not uploaded, huh? Loops. Very long back. It is uploaded. In YouTube, huh? Are you asking YouTube, Srinivaslu? Oh, only 1 minute video. Because nowadays, when I upload for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, people are not viewing because people are busy. In 1 minute, how to write the code for tricky, that type of things. Hmm? Srinivaslu. Hmm. Upload loops concept already uploaded, ma. Naresh, sir, kindly suggest how to learn data structures. Naresh is a working employee. Data structures is having more importance in the software industry. NITs, IITs, how they are getting placements in two-digit number, 21 lakhs, 22 lakhs. Main thing is data structures only. Data structures is very important. So, anyhow, uh, not uploaded in YouTube only, sir. YouTube, we don't want to upload total content. YouTube content, I don't want to upload while loop, diagram, concept, program. I don't want to go. Detailed lecture, I don't want to give because no business with concept. Concept is always confidential to the students only, not for all public. That's my point. Okay. Okay, students, let's go. So, do you teach data structures? That is my left hand, left finger. That is my PhD subject. DSA is my PhD. Oh, DSA advanced is what? Data structures, design and analysis of algorithms. Prevalence problem, 0 by 1 greedy methods, Pascal's algorithm, Prim's algorithm, NP hard, NP complete, N-Queen's problem, traveling salesman with the greedy method, traveling salesman with dynamic programming, big O notations, big O notations, they're all on my fingertips. On fingertips, that's all. N-Queen's problem, directly C code, I will write like anything. That's hardworking I did when I was a student. I traced like anything N-Queen's problem 20, 25 times I traced it. I can write in any language the code of data structures. So you need to improve your subject so that you only get 70 years, you are young only. Why? Subject. 22 years, no subject. You are equal to 90 years only. That are not students. So fire is required in your body. What is the fire? Subject. No subject. You need stick also. Both the sticks you need. Totally you are 6 legs animal. 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 sticks, 6 legs animal you are. So a subject is powerful. So Naresh, sir, I decided my career as 2 parts. I have solid experience on infra, but in parallel improving coding. Good, Naresh. So I think you are following my coding things in the class. I think you are following. Uma, sir, are you taking any classes on machine learning and NLP? So I would like to learn from you. So okay, mom, when we are taking at this level NumPy pandas only. And after learning NumPy pandas, I hope you will be understanding that NLP easily. Keras is there, NLP is there, natural language processing, and all those things. You will understand algorithms required there. So Ravi Kumar, sir, which course you read from? Which course to read that? hmm? Which course to read that from you? That is the data structures. What is that? So not getting. So kindly let us know what are the subjects you are teaching. Okay. So I'm teaching. So do you take data structures course? This is the one. Earlier I used to take 6 months once one data structure. Myself only stopped with teaching data structures. Do you know why? Because I used to take data structures sometimes through Java, sometimes through C, sometimes through Python, not sometimes to Python, C++. But the when I'm getting the students, they don't know C language, they don't know Java. So when I'm teaching queues, binary trees, binary set trees, DFS, BFS, they don't know language. Whatever algorithm I'm explaining, they are unable to map to the language. So it's not able to cope up them. When I write the code now, they are seeing HD cinema in the class. It's failure story only. So what I decided is myself only has to teach it C language and the data structures. So that is called a good combination. Language plus language implementation. That is good. So when my batch will start like that, we will take up that. Earlier I used to take every 6 months once, but when it starts, I will intimate to you. So that time I will tell you, my dear students. Now I'll stop my class and Monday class, don't miss it. Thank you. All the best. Any friends are there about our new batch, you tell to the people. Thank you. All the best.